welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming up next, the Timberwolves taking on the Clippers. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, they can't be too disappointed, playing over 500 ball the last 10 games. But this team feels they are better than that and look to prove it with a big win tonight. Clippers, Timberwolves. Up next on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Zubac.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
In 2018, the Minnesota Timberwolves broke their league-leading 14-year playoff drought with the help of Jimmy Butler. But a year later, Butler demanded a trade, and the Wolves were back in the lottery. They've got some young talent, but in the West, it's no cakewalk. Kevin, they are hoping they can take that next step with new management and some young, exciting players.
All right, David, thanks. Clark, here we are in mid-season, and certain teams seem to really change gear and ratchet up the intensity.
Yeah, I agree with you. And some of that is familiarity, understanding who you are and what it takes for you to win, and being healthy is a big part of that. I think teams all over the league go through stretches where they're in a nice groove and rhythm, and there are a lot of variables that play into that.
Things settle down, don't they? Rotations, routines, like you said, all those things important.
Yeah, exactly. Well said.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for the Timberwolves, they've got James Johnson. Beasley is out there with Russell. Then it's Culver, and it's Towns in at the center position. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Lets it go from 11. Here's Russell. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
You know, guys, whenever Russell attacks second chance opportunities like that, it's a big bonus.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Here's the 3. Doesn't go for him. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
You can see it in that game. Despite the odds going against them, once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win it.
And, Greg, sometimes we've seen it happen where a team that's supposed to be the underdog gets the game into OT, and then the momentum swings their way.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Beasley, the pass to Johnson, and stolen by Harrell. Beverley deciding where to go with it. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. 6 to shoot. From deep, Johnson with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverley. So for the Timberwolves, their last game a win against the Hawks. Outside, Russell. Beasley against George. Beasley, the pass to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Up top, Russell, defended by Beverley.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Here's George. Zubac trying to break loose. The shot by George, no good.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Russell, and the rejection by Zubac. Beverley against Johnson. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And, you know, even though in today's game floor spacing is all the rage, the last 5 years the Wolves attempted the fewest threes in the league. And when they did shoot them, they didn't make very many of them.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And on top of their troubles from range, the Wolves have also had trouble on the defensive glass.
Yeah, and if you can't rebound and you're not shooting it well, you've got to figure out who you're going to be. Your identity is in question. That's what the Wolves are trying to figure out. Who are we? What do we do well? How do we win? How do we succeed? To get to the next level, they've got to answer that question.
Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at the Clippers. They're sitting pretty, second place, and looking to take the top spot. And checking out Minnesota. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
You know, for Los Angeles, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
They get it back. Timberwolves trail. Johnson finds Russell. Tipped away. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Leonard's got the ball.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Russell against Beverly. Right side Towns. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
And let's take a look now at Kawhi Leonard's numbers. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. He's right around 29 points a night, 7 rebounds and 3 assists. Well, you know that he can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, you know, I think he's got a great sense of how to keep their offense going and being productive. If somebody else is having an off night, then he kind of steps in and fills the gap.
Here's Leonard after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. But they get it back. Outside for George. And here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And that one is good by Beasley.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
George passes to Zubac. Outside Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. Goes back up. And the layup is good. 6 points for Kawhi Leonard.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now here's Johnson. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And the rejection by Zubac. Pass to Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing.
Boy, defense non-existent there. But they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Here's Culver. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
And he makes the first. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
No good on the second free throw.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Russell finds Towns. Those three-pointers off the mark. Clippers leading by 3. And George, here we go. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, it's really hard to distract Paul George when he goes into a shot. I mean, even though the defense is there and made the obvious foul, doesn't seem to bother.
Now let's take a moment to get your scoring so far for the Clippers.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Passes it to Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Zubac trying to break loose. And the Clippers miss again. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And the Clippers have possession after the basket by Minnesota. It's stolen by Johnson. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Russell. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. And that one is good from Zubac.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Here's Johnson after the basket by Los Angeles. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Jake Layman's checked in for Minnesota. Okogie comes in for Malik Beasley. Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. Double team on Williams. Zubac kicks to George. Dishes it to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Here's Okogie. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Russell. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
George finds Leonard, lays it up off the glass. Leonard's got 8.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here's George after D'Angelo Russell's miss. Floats it up there for Harrell. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Boy, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state and being able to experience that and enjoy that with my dad and my siblings. That's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special.
Here's a Kogi. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And here are the Clippers now. 8-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble. Boy, you've got to give a lot of credit to Josh Okogie. I mean, he was the 20th pick in the 2018 draft and really well ahead of the curve as a rookie, and even saw starter minutes later on in the season. Well, that's a great get for them.
And the first one drops. And meteoric rises, not uncommon for Okogie.
Yeah, and Okogie's done a really nice job kind of turning the impression of him around, because he wasn't highly touted in college, but I tell you what, he's proven to be an impact player because of how he can defend and shoot.
Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 6-point lead. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
His mid-range shot is very solid. I mean, for some reason, the defense let him have it.
He's guarded by Williams. There's the pass to Okogie. Here's Spellman. Green with the rebound. Clippers leading by 8. Jackson passes to Williams. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Okogie. Right wing. Here's Layman. He's covered by Shamet. 6 on the shot clock. Spellman misses from close range. And the foul called on Amari Spellman. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles has gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Here's Shamet. Goes up again. Uses the glass to drop it in. And the Clippers lead by 13.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And those putback baskets contributing to their lead, Greg.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. There's the foul against the Clippers. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And the first one at the line is good. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Now here's Williams. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. To the inside. And finished off by Hernan Gomez.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And it's the Clippers with the ball after the basket by Minnesota.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game, to a modern-day approach for a young coach.
And so he hits both.
And you think about the two best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer, and the Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those two guys, boy, it could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good.
2 on the clock. Williams' shot is off.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Good on the bucket.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll get right back to the action when we return. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day, never take no days for granted.
On his coaches, Greg and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Landry Shamet. Jermichael Green is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson at the 2 guard. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Outside Williams. Tries again. And the Clippers miss again.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Here's Hernan Gomez. The shot misses. And the Clippers will come the other way. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Williams. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
And the poise of Williams, so impressive, Kevin. Plays at his own pace. He's never in a hurry.
Passes it to Spellman. Culver with it. Jackson on him. A nice shot by Culver. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Williams passes to Green. He kicks to Jackson. Takes a three. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Pass to Culver. Here's Layman. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots from 8. That one wide left. Clippers leading by 9. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. And he can't get the first one. Clark, the level of nuance and the footwork that keeps evolving every few years. Talk about the changes that you have seen from the time you've played to the exquisite footwork we see now.
Well, you know, some of my peers would say that these guys are being allowed to walk and have it talked about as good footwork. So you work with Reggie and other guys, and I hear them all the time saying guys are getting away with carrying the ball and so forth. But the footwork is pretty good. I mean, when you think about it, the step-back three-point shot, the ability to make plays off the dribble, all attributed to footwork. I think it's just an evolution of the game. As players see more and more of excellent work on the court, they're able to emulate it a lot sooner and a lot better.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Russell's checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Harrell's checked in.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Inside. Off target on the alley-oop layup. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Culver's got the ball. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Harrell with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Jackson down low, working on Beasley.
Well, you see the great reach as well as the relentless pursuit shown by Town. He's simply saying, not here, not now, not in my house.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Beverly, the pass to Jackson. Kicks it to Morris. Lays it up and banks it in. Morris has got his first bucket of the night.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
Outside, Towns. Back to Russell. The pass to Towns. That shot off. Great D that time from Harrell.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Here's Beverly. Nice D from Russell. Timberwolves trail by 8. Beasley kicks to Johnson. Beasley, the pass to Johnson. Over Jackson. Nails the baby hook. Clippers with the ball. Now Beverly. 9-point game his last outing. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Here's George. Towns with the defensive effort. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Russell kicks to Culver. Outside, Towns. Pass to Russell. Timberwolves passing it around. Trying to get open as Johnson knocks down the 3-ball. 7 points for Beasley.
Exactly what you want from your point guard. Nice dime to the open teammate by Russell.
Los Angeles leading by 3. Poked loose. Culver with the steal. The feed to Johnson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
So it's the Clippers now. Their next game is in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Harrell the pass to Jackson. George with the ball. Covered by Beasley. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Now here's Beverly. Outside, George. And that time, also a missed shot.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
And it's sent back by George.
Terrific focus from George there, reading the shooter the entire way through. A great shot blocker.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition. And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Shot clock at 5. Beasley. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
For Minnesota, they have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. First free throw is good. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Okogie's checked in for the Timberwolves. The Clippers also changing it up. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Morris, and it's Leonard in for Jackson.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That is his first foul of the game. Harrell kicks to Zubac. And here's Beverly. He's got 5. Outside Leonard, just 5 to shoot. From deep. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got 8 rebounds in this game. Beasley outside. Passes to Okogie. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Shoots over Zubac. Johnson, the pass to Towns. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Harrell. Pass to Beverly. Now the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Boy, nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Culver kicks to Beasley. Towns, no luck. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Right side, Leonard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Hernan Gomez comes in for James Johnson. And Jake Layman subbed in for Beasley. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Lou Williams is checked in for Patrick Beverly. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Clark, what would your dream backcourt look like? If you were going to design one, what would it look like?
Well, they'd have good size and athleticism, somewhere in that 6'3" to 6'6" range, and the ability to make plays for themselves and others, and also be very solid at the defensive end. You know, you think about some guys that would fit that bill. I look at a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, who really gives it to you in multiple ways as a backcourt player. And I like the scoring of Damian Lillard.
Agreed. George looking around. And here's Leonard from three. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Now here's Culver, defended by George. Layman pass to Towns. Towns is double. Shoots over Zubac. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Towns has got his second bucket tonight.
Beast mode in the painted area. Karl Anthony Towns. Hard to match up with him. His size and skill set, top level.
Williams attacking, and Leonard has it in the corner. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Okogie, the pass to Towns. Paul George with the steal. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. And it goes down 2 points. Williams has got 7.
Boy, we've talked about, you know, George is athletic. He's long, and he's got really long arms, which helps him as a defender, and that allows him to clog up passing lanes and come up with steals, too.
To the left side wing. Here's Towns. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter. Los Angeles has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Here's Leonard. Rebound, Minnesota.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Williams with a clean look. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. He's got 10.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Now, here's Culver, defended by George. Okogie misses. Clippers leading by 5. Looking to get it going. George with the bucket.
And George really good at recognizing his fast break opportunities and torching the defense with his speed and athleticism in transition.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Timberwolves have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Leonard. He's coming off a 31-point game against Miami.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Clippers lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much. Lou, in the first half, your offense was clicking. What was the difference getting off to a hot start?
I think we play with a lot of energy, the ball swinging around. They're using a lot of help side defense. We're just taking advantage of it.
And really breaking them down. Thanks, Lou. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 5. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave them a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
The thing I like is their aggressive approach and getting to the line. You know, when things seem to stagnate on offense, it's sometimes a matter of forcing your will. This team can generate a lot of points and also dictate the pace of the game if they play with that aggressiveness.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's getting it done is Malik Beasley.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Minnesota, Malik Beasley out there with Russell. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Towns. And it's Culver in at the small forward position.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Russell against Beverly. 5 to shoot. From deep, George. The Clippers rebound. And that one drops for him. And it's 6 points for Montrezl Harrell.
Well, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board, because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Here's Johnson. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's his first foul. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Beverly finds Leonard. It's good. And now it's a 9-point Los Angeles lead.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's Culver. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harrell's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
They grabbed their own miss. And the rejection by Towns. Russell against George. A 3-ball. No good on that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Wasted no time on that one. Leonard's got 15.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Outside, Russell. Johnson down low. He's defended by Harrell. And the rejection by Harrell. Johnson, the Timberwolves, again can't hit.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Terrific imagination, creativity. Russell already one of the league's more intriguing playmakers.
One shot.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Outside Leonard. And Culver pulls it down. Culver's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
Here's George. It's good. He's got 9.
And George is so smart, so crafty on the dribble. He's just got an excellent way of controlling the ball and his body as he's dribbling.
And the Timberwolves call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Russell dishes to Culver. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 5th assist in this one.
And Culver's been aggressive as well, and his shot is going down with consistency.
Clippers leading by 7. George up top, covered by Beasley. And it's Beverly missing for Minnesota. They've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Zubac kicks to Leonard. To the middle. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
A different look for the Clippers. Marcus Morris comes in for Montrezl Harrell, and it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
Shot clock at 6. He's off on that one. 20 that time from Leonard.
The scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
George, no good. Timberwolves trail by 8. Here's Beasley, and it's Russell in the corner. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Beasley outside. No good with the triple. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They get it again. A second chance effort and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Wednesday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And for the matchup with the Celtics, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
Pass to Johnson. Now here's Culver. Guarded closely. Here's Russell. Good work defensively by Morris. Clippers leading by 10. And Leonard has it in the corner. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Zubats against Towns. Russell with a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Russell's got 7.
And, you know, this has become a real weapon for Russell now, and it's because he's worked hard on this shot.
L.A. has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Right side, Leonard. Shoots over Culver. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got 10 points in the quarter.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Pass to Johnson. Over Morris. And the shot is good from Johnson. 10 points for him. Jackson with it. 6 points for him. Pass to Leonard. Morris outside. Cans it from downtown. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the one thing about Morris, he doesn't scare you from beyond the arc, but you still have to account for him.
Minnesota calls timeout. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, you know, he's destroying them right now, guys. This defense has to make an adjustment to try and cool him off.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And then for the Clippers, Green comes in for Ivica Zubats. And it's Williams in for George. He's guarded by Williams. Rebound by the Clippers. Morris has got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's Williams. Defense is right there. On the wing, Jackson. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Timberwolves trail by 10. Here's Lehman. Buries it down low.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
The Clippers shooting right around 41% from the field in quarter 3. The pass to Williams. He kicks it to Leonard. From deep. Nailed from three-point land. Leonard's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Let's use this break to look at the teams that over the past month have been tremendous at converting turnovers into points. The Clippers, number 1.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has been really good, and it's led to a lot of easy opportunities on offense. Creating points off turnovers has been key.
And he's good on the second. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic.
Wow.
Because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Okogie, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Okogie, covered by Morris. Okogie misses. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Williams kicks to Jackson. Misses the 3. Timberwolves trail by 12. Passes it to Lehman. Lets it go with a 3. Morris with the rebound. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator. And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
Pass to Okogie. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Layman. From the arc. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Russell.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
Offensive rebound. Green. It's blocked, and he's able to get it back. Morris outside. Tries it again. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 5th assist in this one. And the pass to Okogie. Here's Spellman, guarded by Jackson. They need this one. Spellman with the bucket.
A super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
1:25 left here in the third quarter. Here's Williams, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Williams has got 12 points in the game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Okogie, the pass to Spellman. Over Green. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Harrell, he's checked in for Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Good on both. 58 seconds left in the third. Now here's Beverley. Defense right on him. On the wing, Green. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Timberwolves trail by 14. Pass to Okogie. Passes it to Spellman. Shoots a fader. Yep, that one goes. Spellman's got his second basket of the game.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway. Take the shot that's available.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Feeds to Harrell. Second shot opportunity. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This is his first free throw of the game.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And guys, it's something that he's going to have to work on more and more because he's still not getting the kind of shooting percentage he would like from the line.
Here's Towns. Open jump shot off the mark. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Clippers ahead, leading by 14. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Landry Shamet is out there with Montrezl Harrell. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. Williams can't get it to go.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Los Angeles leading by 11. Towns with the defensive effort. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Russell against Beverly. Russell passes to Towns. Towns is doubled. Shoots over Zubac, and he can't bank that one in. Here's Williams. And it's Russell with the rebound. Russell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
You know, defenders like to try to get physical with Williams. But I tell you what, his strength belies his size.
Defended by Beverly with the shot. Another miss by Minnesota. Clippers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Here's Shamet. Harrell trying to free himself up. And it's Shamet missing.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Russell finds Hernan Gomez. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. At one point, they led by 16. Here's Williams. The shot, no good. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Good on the triple.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Clippers leading by 10. Now Beverly. Outside Williams. Beyond the arc. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Towns is doubled. But they'll get another chance. Here's Hernan Gomez. Second chance shot. Bank shot. No good.
Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk, but later in the game now, he might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Free throw good, Hernan Gomez. Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Los Angeles leading by 8. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Rebound Minnesota. Towns has got rebound number 15 here tonight.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
And the dunk by Towns.
Good luck trying to keep Cat off the glass. Karl Anthony Towns loves mixing it up down low and getting after those second chances.
The pass to Zubac. Beasley against Williams. Now here is George. 6 to shoot. Zubac. Good on the shot. And the Clippers lead by 8.
And George is not just a scorer now. He also passes the ball well, looking to keep his guys involved.
To the paint. Here's Towns. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
And, you know, the Timberwolves made Karl Anthony Towns their franchise cornerstone going forward. Cat signed a 5-year deal worth $190 million, and really it's not even a question. He's the present and future of this team.
James Johnson's checked in for Juan Hernangomez. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Los Angeles. The free throw drops for Towns. And with Towns in his extension, Clark, it would have been hard to imagine the Timberwolves doing anything different.
You know, I think it's really rare to find a player so complete at this young age as Towns is. I mean, the production he gives you with his scoring and rebounding is really irreplaceable.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Here's the teardrop. And again, the Clippers turn it over.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
There's Russell with the three. The rebound by Paul George. George has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Beverly. Makes it off the glass.
Tremendous focus from the little man, Patrick Beverly there.
Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 15-6 run. Colbert kicks to Russell. Towns down low. Working on Zubac. That one goes. Count it. And that's 13 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Clippers leading by 3. Leonard looking around. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
That free throw good from Leonard.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Johnson right side. Over Harrell. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Oh, I love how Towns plays with the chip on his shoulder. He brings it every night with force.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Right side, Leonard. Clock at 6. And here's Beasley from past the arc. The rebound by Paul George. Pass to Beverly. Lots of room. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Here's Beasley trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. Shoots over Zubac. And that one hits back iron.
That's as high percentage as it gets for him. I mean, the defense really has to be mindful of not giving him that kind of space to operate.
Beverly against Russell. Down low, here's Leonard. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Beverly against Russell. Beasley outside. Passes it to Towns. The 9-foot shot. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. And that's now 17 points for Karl Anthony Towns. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to George.
Well, you really have to like how George uses his body effectively down low there. I mean, the defense pretty much has no choice but to foul him in that situation.
The first one falls. And George drops them both.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
It's Russell with the drive. Johnson. The shot will not fall. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Floats it up there for Harrell. And Harrell slams it in. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
Beverly knows he's out there to pass the ball, guys. A skilled floor general. He really distributes it well.
Now the pass to Towns. Timberwolves passing it around. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Clippers leading by 6. Outside, George. George double teamed. Zubac's with it. 6 to shoot. George against Beasley. Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Zubac.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win. You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
Now Beverly. Outside, George for the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. And the Clippers lead by 9. And beginning his career with the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You've got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Knocked loose. Up top, Russell. And he lays it straight in. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 12 assists. Now here's Beverly. Pass to Zubac.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. Timberwolves trail by 6. Ball's knocked loose. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball. Baseline jumper, and there's George. That's good on the assist by Leonard. Leonard's got 4 assists now tonight. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And they double up Russell. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. George with no one around. Off target with the open look. The Timberwolves shooting 41% for the game. Beasley kicks to Culver. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Harrell's Clippers leading by 8. Leonard on the wing. Launches a 3. And Culver pulls it down. Culver's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Beasley for 3. Kept alive, Minnesota. You can't get that one. LA's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Leonard the pass to George. Over Russell. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
I'll tell you what, Paul George has done a good job getting stronger since he's been in the league, and because of that, he doesn't mind seeking out contact. As a matter of fact, his new added strength gives him confidence as he seeks contact.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Hernan Gomez is checked in. Here's Russell. Basket good. Russell's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, I tell you, Russell looking very comfortable taking on aggressive defense and getting the job done. That's good focus on his part.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Sweet little floater.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Los Angeles.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Greg, they've got 1 more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Kawhi Leonard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Beverly against Russell. And here's Beverly. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time